Hello, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining us. It is outstanding to have you. My name is Chris, otherwise known as Wolfie, and we are live once again with massively overpowered OPTV. And it is Eorzea Sunday, which of course means that I am not by myself. I am once again joined by my magnificent husband, Welsh Fox. Hello, Welshie.
Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. Hi.
Happy 2024. Yes.
Happy
hello.
24, yeah. This is the first one for me to be appearing in for the new year for OPTV. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here together with you once again, like we do every Sunday now. Hello, Toaster Master. Good to see you. Hi,
Hi, Toaster.
Me jump scare new. Ah! Don't be scared. It's okay. Thank you so much for stopping by. Le Epic H. I have to give it the proper grunt. Yes, Le Epic H. Le Epic H. Your number one Islands of Insight fan. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. I hope I do need to return around to that because it didn't work. The game was just not firing off for me. But anyway, that is the future. Right now, well, we're going to be talking about the future in Final Fantasy XIV, technically.
Yes.
So
Sorry, I'm giddy.
No, it's fine. It's understandable. We have come away from the day one of the Japanese Fan Fest for Final Fantasy XIV, specifically the keynote, and there was plenty. So as you can see, Elliot, as usual, right on top of things, wrote up a summary of what was going down. But before we do anything else, I kind of feel like I need to play a little trailer, right?
A little trailer?
Just a little trailer.
Just a booty trailer?
Just a tiny little trailer, just as a little treat.
Yes, I think we should.
Yeah. So give me a minute here. I probably need to actually change something. I think. Well, let me see. Is it going to go over? Give me a minute here. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time. Hope everyone had a wonderful New Year's.
Yes.
I really hope, because it was so fun.
Yeah.
Last
Okay.
year was fun. This year is gonna be better.
We're gonna try our best to make it better. All right. So I'm gonna actually ask you to turn the music off if you wouldn't mind.
For me? Okay.
Yeah. Because I forgot I need to have the music turned off on my end. Anyway, give us a second here. But I did want to play this video, so did okay. You know what? I think I have to do it on my end probably. Hang on a minute. There we go. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is professionalism, clearly, obviously.
Yes.
Yes, the most professional. Right, here we go. There we go. There's Brayton. I don't know what you're talking about.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change? There's no cause for panic. This one might make for a worthy opponent.
two have a moment to speak further?
Look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
You and your adventures. I trust you have not forgotten the true purpose of our voyage?
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. My home. Tural.
You know, it's just impossible to not smile at that, honestly. Like, seriously. It's impossible not to smile at that. Anyway, yes, that was the full trailer for Dawn Trail. The complete thing. And right off the bat, we have to talk about the big deal, the Pictomancer. So, yeah. If you're speaking, husband, your mic is muted. So.
Oh, sorry, I turned it off. So can I try that again? Yes. Oh my God, Pictomancer was just. Oh.
Yeah,
It was.
I love how happy Cryo looked in that video. Honestly, like
I will have to say, and I did say it before, and I'll say it on stream. To watch it the first time, you know, together like that was amazing. But then I went back and watched it later, and to see it on the big screen in full 4K and everything like that, the details of it was like, oh my goodness, I just was in awe because I agree, Krill deserves a smile for herself because it looked so beautifully done and so detailed. I loved it.
yeah, it was wonderful. And yeah, before I go too much further, give me a second here because there was an important pop-up I need to point out. Kai G, thank you so very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Much appreciated for the support. Hope you enjoy your visit here and hope you tune in for more streams in the future, friend.
Yes.
So yes, the Pictomancer. That's the big reveal, one of two. Kind of expected, obviously, that everyone was expecting the magical range DPS job to be announced. And yeah, so the Pictomancer was absolutely confirmed. Which I'm so curious. I'm so intensely curious. Actually, you know what? Before I talk too much longer, yeah, we should probably play another video. Actually,
yeah, we need to get that up, and not only talk about it more, but have you guys give your thoughts as well, because there is so much with this one
Yeah,
that
absolutely. Like it's hard to right. So we'll run that video now, and yeah, we'll talk some more in just a second. Yeah. So that is the Pictomancer answer. We didn't really get a whole lot of information as to how it actually works, but in the keynote it was discussed that it is basically primarily about attacking, but it does have a little bit of support. So it kind of seems to be like sitting alongside Red Mage slash fitting maybe into like how the Dancer feels in terms of like the physical range DPS lead. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Gene?
I mean, first and foremost, looks pretty as heck. I like to see more of this down the line because they didn't give us any much information, but I don't know. It's really a difficult toss up because I don't know if it's something in which I will go in day one of playing. I may dabble with it, but I don't know. It's really hard to pinpoint if. Because you're right, it kind of gives off like a red mage sort of stance, but I don't know. My brain is just like trying to pin it together.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm personally speaking. Well, actually, before I put out my thoughts, I'm going to read some of the chat here. Thought I had last night, says Toaster Master. Casting gear is mostly dresses, so Pictomancer Glam is going to be a bit of a challenge for me. Well, I don't know. There's some Sara cells and things like that that aren't like class restricted, so it's possible you could put something together. Viper may have to wait for Jackie Boy.
Oh no.
I mean,
Yep.
fair. I'm astonished at how many people are absolutely losing their minds with the Pictomancer.
Leo brings up a good point. I think that like most casters, there won't be a lot of maneuverability, and
Yeah,
I
so there were
kinda
some
would agree on
points.
that one.
There were some points like the skills that were shown off did look to be like they looked like they had slow cast time. So like that whole, which I actually kind of appreciate the style where like when the Pictomancer was charging up a spell, they were like holding the paintbrush and like sighting with their thumb, like as if they were like kind of like trying to like gauge where their next brush stroke should go. I thought it was a nice, cute little touch, right? It's again extremely stylish. It's astonishingly colorful and just so whimsical. You don't see a whole lot of bright, happy, whimsical classes in MMOs, honestly.
No.
So that is such a fascinating dynamic, and I'm sure that's not to everybody's taste. There's some people who are complaining that the colors were too bright and
Like
washed
a
out.
cartoony.
Yeah, well, it's I don't mind the cartooniness, frankly.
I don't mind it.
Like I really like the excuse me, I really like the painterly style. But I'm curious about what it's like mechanically, because like it mentioned painting weapons, painting creatures, and painting landscapes. So like I kind of feel like the landscape stuff is where like the support slash buffing portion comes from, maybe? I don't know. But it's again, all we had is the fact that it is a thing. This is what it looks like in action. Kind of about it. A little too thin, and that's a bit of a problem that I'm actually going to touch on later as far as the entire keynote is concerned. But
yes,
let me read a little bit more. Ryunosuke is just constantly screaming. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Ryunosuke is fine. He's fine. He's just really hungry, I think. Definitely seems like the dancer style and how it casts. I agree with the dancer and red mage idea you put out. Yeah, it's. I feel like in terms of like where it sits in the party makeup, like it's probably going to be another soft support like the dancer is, or like the astrologian is, or even like the red mage, but not as versatile. The red mage has definitely got a lot more versatility with regards to like being able to throw out cures and reses. Yoshi P said outright on the stage that the Pictomancer is not capable of resing, or probably not healing. Well,
Yes.
certainly not resing. Maybe not healing, but yeah, it's hard to tell.
But
Looking at the
definitely
landscape.
erasing your enemies.
Ah. It's hoping to look a little like Kryle's abilities in the trailer, but that would be more particles than even Dancer gets.
Ooh.
Look, I like for demonstration purposes, having the painterly Spriggan flying around was just so delightful. Honestly,
Absolutely.
I loved it. But
Brittle. Just paint a band-aid.
paint a band-aid.
It's a little slapping, that's all you get. It's big.
Paint the plaster, and there you go. Call it a day. I love that. That's very funny. But yeah, I really appreciate the upbeat, happy style of it. It's so unlike anything I've ever seen in 14 or any other MMORPG. It's I can't wait to watch it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. I'm still gonna jump on the Viper train first and foremost.
Yeah.
When it goes, but
Yes. What was that?
choo choo. Oh, that was Brito saying choo choo in the background.
That train was delayed. Where was that train?
But yeah, I mean, I might dabble. I might dabble.
Same. I may be in the same boat with you there with Pictomancer, being that it's something in which I know for a fact I won't play day one, but something in which I will pick up later on down the line and see if it fits for me. But no, and I'm going in head first as a healer class.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of my main now.
We're gonna be pretty much riding your coattails in the dungeons, frankly.
Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah. I am the Band-Aid.
You are the Band-Aid, indeed. The other big deal, and I'm actually just gonna go ahead and roll the B-roll while we're talking. They don't really need video or sound for this, but the female Hrothgar.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Look at this. Look at her. Look at her.
It was just seeing her in the trailer. That was just like the biggest click in to say, oh sweet Jeebus, we are going to get female Hrothgar, and I know that so many people were so happy and also so excited now that Fantasia's already gonna be pounded down to be like, right, here we go, launch, pound, female Hrothgar, and
bringing up the Fantasia thing, like the fact that they're like kind of leaving money on the table and giving everybody a free Fantasia with the expansion is kind of remarkable. They could have made a lot of money on like Fantasia sales purely because people wanted to roll as the Lady Hrothgar, and like that they're giving people a free Fanta is kind of interesting to me. Like I dig on that. I really do.
I know I keep saying this about a friend of mine because they go through Fantasias every so often. So as soon as female Hrothgar was announced, I just basically messaged my friend and said, right, pound that Fantasia down, boy. And he was like, who says I haven't already? It's like, oh, yes.
And actually, Britta brings up a great point. First taste free, kid.
Yeah,
it's true. A friend is absolutely addicted, 100%. Yes.
Yes.
But
so, what should we get our friend for Christmas? 6-pack of Fantasia. That's all.
This is, visually speaking, everything I was hoping the Hrothgar females would be. So like there was a lot of people who were kind of annoyed with the female aura. The dimorphism between the males and the females was really severe, and there was a lot of concern that they were going to like cutify or moeify or whatever you want to call it They were gonna make them they were gonna make the Hrothgals way too wiry and thin, but they didn't.
I'm happy. No, I'm happy with this result.
This is exactly what I was hoping in terms of their aesthetic. This is the style I was looking for. I'm excited now.
It's a personified you, pretty much.
Pretty much. Now, no.
Yeah.
To that said, my Rogadin is going nowhere. She's staying
No.
right as she is. I will never change
yeah.
out of Rogadin because Lady Rogadin in general are unicorns any hecking way. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Very
But-
rare to see, and oh,
but I do
It's
have
gonna
a
be
Hroth
more
guy that I'm not really using. So I don't
Hmm.
know. He might be doing a little sippy. I never
I've
felt
never
close
felt
enough.
close. That was that.
It has been years, hasn't it, Bruno? Yeah.
I mean, I won't lie. That was kind of the one curiosity I had. No, for Bruno's character being Makote, was thinking,
All right, so you were both talking at the same time. Jamie, hold for just a minute. Brito, if you could come to the mic and say that. That's okay. That's fine.
What I was saying was that Chris was there when I changed from Hira to Mikote,
Yep.
and looking at female Hrothgar, like, it probably wouldn't be a permanent change or even a roleplay change, but like, I've never felt closer to like being curious about Fantasiaing again in many, many years. So I'm excited. I'm kind of curious to what a female Hrothgar Brit would look like.
I am desperately
Mm.
curious about that because I've only
Now-
I've known you most of my life as the Makote.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah. That's gonna. I might do it. I might do it.
yeah, you know. And what were you saying, Jamie? I'm sorry.
no, that was generally my thought as well, because Bruno playing as a female Makoto, I was thinking, would she actually sip from the Fantasia? Would she actually chug it down to become a femme Hrothgar? And there we are. The answer is now
maybe
yeah,
a
it-
very
now,
big
uh,
maybe.
in bold writing, maybe. It's like,
Yes.
yes. I think you could make a badass lady for the new race. Mm,
I'm just like the Pictomancer. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Hrothgals run around and the Pictomancers run around. Like, and that's kind of the big deal when it comes to features that, or big additions that I don't necessarily want to jump into first off at the jump, but I want to see. I'm looking forward to seeing just it everywhere. Like, honestly.
Yeah. Yep, just make the femrose more and more rare to find. It's like, oh, is that a
Yeah.
femrose? Nope, that's a female Hrothgar.
That's a
oh,
lady-
There shit. Nope, that's a female Hrothgar.
That's a lion cat. That's a lion girl. Well, you know, we love the lion girls. They're
Lion Girl, look, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see more of it when it's released on Dawn Trail. And oh, it's exciting. This is genuinely exciting.
Imagine the tail would be a giveaway. A little bit, yes, tiny little bit, but you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Also, the fur. There is that. You know.
true. That is true.
Uh,
Oh.
But those are like the big ticket items, right? That was like the huge, big deal that was not unexpected in terms of reveal, but nice to see them all the same.
Absolutely.
By and large, though, after that point, a lot of what was shown off was sort of what we've already heard about, except for a
Yeah.
few things. Now they did bring up the fact that there are some dungeons, and we're gonna have some B-roll playing now. That some of this footage was already shown off in prior ones.
Vegas and London, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, there were some interesting pieces that came out of this. So as far as the areas are concerned, they did confirm this is all taking place in Toral. There will not be a second continent or anything like that. Toral is going to be split up into two halves, quite literally bridged between the pair. There's going to be like the first act when we arrive in Tuliolal, and then the second act towards the northern portion. I believe I remember seeing in the map is where. So, and things are going to get weird, I think. But anyway. I love the fact that we stay in one place. So there we go about things getting weird, as you can see in that footage right there. We're getting some PSO2 nonsense going on.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay.
so your thoughts about some of the high-techy stuff that was showing off first?
I don't know. I look at it and I think, like they said, this is basically a summer vacation for the Scions. We're gonna relax, sort out this little conflict. It's a tropical island, but then all of a sudden we get
This
nightclub. Yeah, we get that. We get a nightclubby sort of area, and it kind of makes me think of, it's a vacation. We'll go into, let's call it Barcelona or Ibiza, where it's like all nice tropical beaches, nice little time, and then nightclub scene. It's like, I don't know. I'm a little bit. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of this, and it's kind of. I'll have to wait. I have to wait until it comes out to get more into it.
It's PSO2 as hell. That was the first thing that stood out to me the most.
Yeah.
Reminds me a bit of Esther from Final Fantasy VIII, but extremely purple.
We're in Tron.
You also need room in your glam dresser. Literally almost everybody else the same way, genuinely. Like, honestly.
Yeah. I bet they could have announced that. Just announce it out, please. Give us more room.
That would have been nice, yeah. But you know what? It's fine. But yeah, that's I am super curious. So that has kicked off a lot of speculation, right?
Yeah.
As you can expect and not be surprised by. So it's not Allegan, right? Clearly. It's not Maki either. There is like a lot of people who are pointing out that this is Ronkin, or it could be Ronkin later. My thought was like, okay, so there's a Wakanda in Northern Tyrol.
Yeah.
Or maybe, and somebody in my guild has kind of brought this up, maybe it's just straight up aliens. Like, honestly. Like, just a totally new something or someone from a different source. Aliens have actually like built a place or a location on Aetheris. Like, that's so. And I feel like aliens because another thing that was shown off. I'm gonna kind of like point on this a little bit later, but what was it? The cosmic exploration, I think they said, was that new lifestyle content.
Yes, I got the notes on that. Yeah, new lifestyle, different planet exploration, cosmic.
Yes. So apparently, like, the lifestyle stuff is going to be taking us to different stars, as they put it, or different planets.
Yes.
Which kind of leads me to think that, like, whatever that area that we just showed in that video, which is referred to as Solution 9. It's like a launch pad for us traveling across the cosmos, maybe? Like, without having to go through getting a humongous starship like the Ragnarok that had to be powered by multiple primals and an entire mother crystal. Like, honestly.
Yes. So a lot of people have been talking about that Solution 9, and they brought up the fact of Final Fantasy, I believe, 9.
Yeah, that was like
connection to it.
That was, I think it's referential only to like an attack from one of the characters. Like, I don't believe that's any. Then again, it's been a while since I played 9. I don't remember an awful lot about it, but I don't believe there was anything like that in terms of location. So, like, in name only, it's a Final Fantasy 9 reference. I'm apprehensive, but I'm also curious. Like, that is really, really weirdly high tech. Like, modern, like I said, it's PSO2 as hell, and it looks to me. Like, it looks super, super future tech and futuristic.
Yeah, my brain already is dipping into the thought of what if it was a rogue Gallian soldier or someone from the Gallian Empire who went rogue.
That is nothing like any Garlean tech or Magitech that exists now. That would be
you never know. You never know. Never
And
know.
then
may have
they had
upgraded.
that Heritage Found place, which seemed to be like the intermediary location between Old World Toral and maybe New World Toral. So there was like a steam train. There was this massive Midgar-looking floating disc city or like disc structure.
Yes.
There's always levin and clouds and lightning all over the place. So, like, clearly along the path to what's ostensibly, and I'm feeling more and more ostensibly, this is a summer vacation, we're going to discover some weird crap. North and South America vibes, man. It may be. I still feel like Wakanda versus Aztec is probably a closer comparison, honestly.
Yeah.
But they were very, very cagey and dodgy about talking about it, which, to be fair, understandable. There's a lot of spoilers waiting in that.
Exactly.
So the imagination is going to run extremely wild for a while.
Yes.
Those were kind of the new ones. Honestly, that was about it as far as new stuff. Like I said before, they repeated themselves a lot. We already know about a lot of the content stuff that they're going to be adding. They confirmed a little bit more. They had like some concept art of the Shadow Lord for the Echoes of Vana'diel raid or Alliance raid.
They did. I know that they did announce the new Ultimate raid that is coming down the pipeline, in which takes us back to Eden.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going back to the Eden raids for the new Ultimate, and then the 8-player raid. That's something completely also crazy sci-fi as well. The Arcadian, which Yoshi P immediately remarked that like the concept art that they showed off, which is just the one piece of concept art, they didn't talk about anything else. But it looked like a damn GPU, like a heatsink.
Toaster's got it right on
GPU
the
tower, exactly.
Yeah.
It also didn't. Yoshi did also mention that this is going to be a completely original story. So I don't know. Arcadian kind of leads me to think it's another Moon Bunny scheme of some sort.
Oh no!
Because like
not the lore.
Because you know we got the Excitotron 9000 and we had Smileton. So Arcadian kind of falls into the similar naming conventions with their nonsense that they try. Whether people are down for that or not, who knows? I don't know. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'd give it a try. I'll jump in on that.
Of course I'm going to jump in. I'm just like,
baffled.
What the hell?
Yeah, that is something in which definitely I think that is stream worthy, just to get our reaction first time to think, what on earth did we sign up for?
Oh yeah, we'll definitely be streaming that once we get to that point.
Absolutely.
It's just so weird. But anyway, go on.
I'm trying to think what other notes I had. Yes, as Leo had pointed out, yes, they did bring out a new limited job. They did announce what that would be.
They named it anyway. Yes.
They named it, but they didn't give much detail. They've been really restricting with information this time.
Well, I mean, they weren't going to have this out until later in the 7.x series anyway, but they did at least want to like kind of clear the air of scuttlebutt. So Beastmaster is 100% confirmed as the next limited job. Yoshida brought up the fact that there's going to be some sort of collection mechanic with regards to it, and that is it.
Yeah, and
we know nothing else.
Give me all the pets.
It's
no.
So this kind of links back. This kind of links back to the Final Fantasy XI thing. Beastmaster was like the soloing job for that MMORPG. If you wanted to play 11 back in the day, you partied up or you got nowhere. Literally, you got nowhere. Unless you were running a Beastmaster, in which case you were able to play by yourself because you had a pet. I mean, the Dragoon had a pet as well, but it wasn't really like as strong of a pet as the Beastmasters was capable. So, you know. And yeah, they did show off some work in progress artifact gear. They made a lot of hay about the graphical update and the lighting update, like a lot of hay. It was alarming how much excitement Yoshi P was trying to drum up about the fact that bangs cast shadows on character foreheads now. That was what it boiled down to for me. I mean, it looks great, the texturing looks wonderful, but like, that was a lot of airtime devoted to what effectively boiled down to hair look fluffy, bangs cast shadow.
Graha
that
look more
was it.
prettier, and I cannot wait. I like to see my boy pretty.
No, your kitty looks good, and your kitty gonna look fine, and Moon is gonna look finer already. She already hella fine, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
besides the point, like, and that sort of circles around to my ultimate feelings about this FanFest keynote. I'm curious. I'm interested. I am going to ponder and wonder what the hell Solution 9 is, what is happening there.
Yeah.
But I don't know that excitement is what I feel. And actually, Elliot kind of brought up a great point in his most recent column for Final Fantasy XIV. Give me a second here. I'm going to link.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, his Elliot's latest Wisdom of Nim, post, kind of like pointed out something that I'm actually gonna. Oh wait, that's that's the summary. Hang on a second. Wrong link.
Summary. Oh,
That's the summary.
oh.
No, that was the summary for the. There's the Wisdom of Nim reference about what the fan festival needed to accomplish, and he points out, and I'm going to quote him here. Technically, Endwalker went more than 2 years, specifically 2 years and 5 months, but it was easier to ignore that there was no expansion. Now, though, we know full well the expansion won't be until summer of 2024, and even if that's in June, it's still the longest gap between expansion releases. As I've said before, I quite vehemently do not agree with the various doomsaying folks that insist the game has suffered from a notable downturn in quality during the post-Endwalker patches, but that doesn't change the fact that time is what it is, and for a lot of players, it's not hard to notice that this is a longer gap. What players need is something to hype them up, and while we know we should be getting another integral patch soon, specifically on the 16th, I believe?
Yeah, 16th of January. That will be.
It's 6.55 Part 2 for the MSQ.
Yes.
But we'll be getting another integral patch soon. That's not really the sort of thing that it's going to fill 6 months of content. Speaking personally, I already have a lot of what I need to do before the next expansion done now. And this keynote did not address that problem. And it is a problem. Now, that's not to suggest that there is nothing to do in the game by any means. There are still lots of things that you can do, but there is also a huge number of people who have already chewed through everything. And we have, we got 6.55 in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to have the Final Fantasy XVI crossover event in early April. And right now, that is it. Those are the only two things that are meant to fill in 6 months. That is not enough. It is absolutely not enough. And nothing really kind of like got me eager to keep on keeping on. I'm still gonna keep on peeking in anyway. I have my own little projects I want to clear, but that's still a really long time for effectively quote unquote not much.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, fair enough, I've got a class in which I'm grinding up to 90 right now, which is the Astrologian class, because I'm kind of curious. I've been curious, and it has piqued my interest. Now I've played more and more at 62 I am right now. But after that, it's like, okay,
now what?
I got that level 90, we got the crossover event happening, and it's kind of one of those things. Maybe I'll do some unsynced extremes, try and help out with the mount raids and everything like that, but maybe treasure huntings. But there's gotta be something there, something in which that says to us, hey, hopefully this will tie you over until we have this big thing that's going on, and we have.
Or even
next
if they don't
adventure.
have anything tiding over, there was nothing really that like drummed up huge excitement to encourage people to keep on logging in and do stuff, even if they had done a lot. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean,
there wasn't a big. This was, and I've been saying it a bunch of times. This keynote was a bunt when they really kind of should have hit a home run. Right.
I mean, fair enough. They've said open beta for Xbox players to come in is coming soon, so
Yeah,
that'd be
February.
kinda-
So that's
Hmm.
maybe that's where a lot of their attention is being diverted, right? That's
Yeah.
possible. Now that you bring that up, maybe
mean-
that's what I don't know. It's
Yeah.
I don't want to pin that all on Xbox players and make them say that they're the reason we're not getting anything. Rah, 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 rah. That's just
No,
dumb.
absolutely not. No, that's poopy.
That's
That
not
is
how
poopy.
that's not how game dev works to begin with. But like, but it's
I mean, I'll be
possible.
happy.
Focus is heading that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I'll be happy, during that time with open beta, and if they open up a little bit more to be on the side to maybe start mentoring Xbox players through 14, so at least they feel comfortable enough when Dawn Trail hits. I'll just push them into it and go, right, you're on your own. Bye bye.
I'm looking forward to that new player running around Influx again. That's going to be cool. It should hopefully open up the queues quite a bit in terms of what happens in the daily roulettes. But but
Oh, I hurt my neck there.
But honestly, like, they were really, really safe overall across the entire keynote. Yoshi P was averse to giving a calendar date a month for the expansion release, simply because he was once bitten, twice shy about having to delay Endwalker, even though the player base understood delays are fine and happen, and told us about it, and it's cool. Like, it's really, really, really just weird. It's just weird.
Kind of, yeah, possibly just a little bit of anxiety, thinking, "Oh crap." And it happens, like, where it's like, "Oh god, I got this project. I don't want to delay it. I want to make sure it's legit. And if it's delayed by a couple, I feel bad for doing so." And the thing is, we all understand.
Sure.
When it comes to delays and stuff, I know that day one, it's still going to be hectic as hell when people are queuing up, and that meme is going to be bloody played again. Extreme queue
yeah.
lineup. Well,
Login Extreme or Login EX or Login Savage. Yeah, it was rough. Well, let's not front. It was rough.
It was rough.
Thousands and thousands of people in front of you. That's demoralizing as hell. So I on a certain level, I get the angst, but on the other hand, no MMO launch, expansion or game launch or otherwise survives contact with the enemy.
Yeah, it's gonna go. It's day one. We all know for a fact it's not gonna go 100% smooth, but you give it about maybe
day one, week
weeks.
1, week 3. It's gonna be an absolute tire fire, 100%.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a garbage experience from the very word jump. That's just the way it is. These things are hard, man. MMORPGs are hard. They're really hard. But now I'm thinking about it because you brought up the Xbox thing. Now I'm also remembering the fact that they said they're going to be replacing the Japanese data servers when 655 comes out.
Ooh, yes.
So that's why there's going to have a 24-hour maintenance, because the Japanese data centers are getting some new hardware. They have a lot of irons in the fire. So I guess on my end, some understanding of that, all those plates spinning and all the things that they've got lined up and need to do and still need to do in order to complete Dawn Trail, like, it's a lot of work. They slowly have been working on the graphical update, which has been eating up a lot of time. The 2-die channel thing, that has to have eaten up so much time.
Oh yeah.
They are only entering like QA phases for their dungeons right now. There is a lot being done in Dawn Trail, so like this is gonna drop like an absolute humongous hammer slam in terms of things to do and stuff going on. But so on the one hand, maybe I need to build up some understanding and appreciativeness for all that. But at the same time, like I said, there still needs to be a reason for people to be excited about getting into the game, and not much that was shown off the keynote drummed up humongous excitement for me. And I don't know that I feel alone.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was kind of a little bit gutted. I don't know if they're going to do it for the next day, because they didn't really give us a plan, but they didn't really show off a job action trailer, and that's something in which I generally am curious to see.
I was honestly expecting that to be part of the keynote, and when it wasn't, I was sort of surprised. I mean, that's those expectations heaped upon by myself on the devs that I had no reason to really, like, just purely like assumption. Like,
I'm just doing a cheeky sneak now on their channel to see if while we were talking, like we just finished the stream and then we come back on, hey, who wants
there's
the
the job action. Nah, it's fine. But
yeah, I'll be more
10 levels worth of things and 2 new classes to show off, and they didn't do that. That's weird. It's just weird. It's weird. Why were they sitting on their hands so hard? Like, it's weird. It's just weird.
Unless they didn't feel 100% ready.
Sure, that's the only explanation. It wasn't ready, or they felt it wasn't ready, which means we're gonna have to wait until possibly another live letter a couple of months down the road before we actually see the job actions trailer.
But I know for a fact that whether it's released like a day before another Eosia Sunday or even during the week, honestly, I kind of would record a reaction video for that as well, and I'll be more than happy. I'm curious to see about that. But getting huggies, I'm getting headlock.
Brito's doing the hug attacks. Love. But
Toastmaster pots up. Well, in addition to the new classes, Dragoon and Astrologian, are they getting reworks?
I don't remember. I think so, but then again, that's also like that sort of leans into the assumption of next live letter material, right?
Yeah.
Getting granular about what changes are coming to classes, getting granular about the Viper and the Pictomancer, and showing off the job actions trailer. Like, but I still feel like the job action trailer would have built up excitement and made people want to log in, regardless of what's happening in between now and summer, June, July, August. We might be waiting as late as August for this expansion to come out, and there's not much on the table that makes me excited to wait that long, right? Necessarily. I don't know.
We'll see what happens. I mean, the best we can do right now is just ride the waves. We're in this sport together for Eosia Sunday as well as for everyone else.
Just in general, like it's
just in general,
and the balls on the content. Speaking as a fan of the game, a player of the game, like riding the wave is a fair point. I just was hoping for a little bit more. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
You wanted to have a little bit of that Diablo hot on your taco, but instead they just gave you mild.
Exactly. Yes, they got the wrong hot sauce on my taco, and I'm not angry. I'm still gonna eat this taco. It's gonna be delicious. But man, it would have been more delicious if I had that Diablo sauce.
I think honestly that's a good way to walk away from this now, is thinking it was served, but the spice wasn't there.
Not really. But again, I'm not joining in any sort of doomsayers to think that this game is suddenly dead or it's dying or it's rotting.
Hashtag RIP14.
It's just nonsense like that, right? Also, to the people who are like that, screeching and wailing about the fact that there wasn't like a Boja or a Eureka in this expansion, you're getting one in Dawn Trail. Now, please shut up and leave the rest of us alone.
Yes, go back and
y'all can grind your faces into that belt sander all you want to. But yeah, I mean, the things that are shown off weren't enough to really thrill me. The shade, the graphic effects look great. I don't really care. We're getting a new open exploration or field exploration content. Until I learn more, I don't really care. We're getting Beastmaster. That's probably going to be cool, but also Blue Mage looked cool on paper and it kind of wasn't, so I don't really care. Like,
I'll dabble as Beastmaster. I know that Leaf put it up in the chat to say that this class was made for them, I swear. And honestly, from someone who majority of the time while playing with them has been horny and hunting for all the different mounts.
Literally all of them.
Literally
all of them.
Every time I jump in,
we're not meaning figuratively, literally. We mean literally. Every time
I log in, I see Leaf is online. It's like, oh, what is he doing? Oh yeah, he's doing Endsinger Extreme. I'm like, oh, for good. Pop back in. Hi, how you doing? Going back into another one. It's like, good God, man.
And
but
like,
we love you for it. We commend you for that dedication.
Heck yes. And like and there's another thing, the extreme or stuff that's coming in. I don't really care. Like, there wasn't a whole huge amount of things that really thrilled me to want to keep playing beyond whatever little kind of side activities that I still haven't done, I guess.
Yeah.
But not everybody has those side activities. Not everybody has the support system that I've got, the friends that I have, the FC that I have. That makes this sort of thing a lot easier for me. Like, for people who are, I don't want to necessarily say left twisting in the wind, but are kind of a few steps back, I guess, to put it that way. There's some things that haven't been addressed with the keynote. But you know what? Hope springs eternal, and
yeah, this was only day one.
This is day one. Maybe somewhere will come out at day two. I doubt it, but who knows? And we will have to wait and see, I guess. But overall, and I don't want to end on a sour note either, because I'm not sour. I'm not like sour or angry or stomping my feet and punching the desk or anything like that. No. I mean, the feelings I have towards Dawn Trail and what was revealed during the keynote are still positive. It just could have been better, I feel like. They could have hit it so much harder, and they didn't. They were risk-averse, they were cautious, they were non-committal, and they were kind of vague with some of the new stuff. And that doesn't really drum up a lot of excitement.
I mean, a positive note could be as well, new enemies. We have the Swole Cacto.
Swole Pretender, yes.
That's what I got on my notes, is like Swole Cacto.
Swole Pretender, the Chadtis, the Swole Pretender, the he don't lift, he is Atlas. Like that boy big.
He's on the juice. He's on the cactus juice.
But I don't know. I still am curious to learn more. I would just wish I would have liked to have seen more, but I'm still curious. I'm still gonna play, obviously.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And there are still things that I want to do in the game, like maybe sometime before Dawn Trail, possibly, if I feel confident enough, maybe I'll actually start to do some of the EX or Savage stuff, right? Kind of see if I can step up my game a little bit more. So there are still some goals. I just wanted to see a little bit harder, but I'm still looking forward to it regardless. I mean,
oh yeah, absolutely.
As disappointing as the keynote might have been overall, it hasn't poured enough cold water in my interest in Dawn Trail. Or the game, for that matter.
It takes a lot to, basically have us turn around and say, yeah, no, none, it's enough now. But honestly, no, this is just, again, day one of FanFest. This is the new year that we're going into this, and
they have a lot of work, so we have to bear that in mind too. Clearly, they have a lot of things to do.
That little chocobo's been trying to take off for ages. Somebody give it a hand.
Look, Ryunosuke is going to do what he's going to do, and it'll be fine. Don't worry
But yeah, like I said, this is day one. This is the new year. This is the first week of the new year in which, oh my goodness, so much. But honestly, it's from now until then. What we can expect down the pipeline, who knows?
Yeah.
You never know. By next week, they may turn around and say, "Surprise! Look at all this."
It's
And that
possible.
just-
Or
that-
or like 655 drops a bunch of things.
And they
Who
throw
knows?
the Molotov onto the flame to say, "Hey, boom! 6 months of progress."
Possible.
Go.
It's
You
not
never
likely,
know.
but always possible. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm still gonna, like I said, I still have my own little projects. I just feel bad for those who chow down on literally everything and probably don't feel like there's a lot to do between now and then.
Yeah, sorry, Leaf.
And it would have been really, really nice if they had done something to get people jazzed to keep on. Again, not necessarily only doing something, having something to do, like making people excited enough to have the game in their mind enough that they want to keep on logging in and doing little things regardless. That's
Oh
fine.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's fine. Well, you know what? We're going to wait and see, like you said.
Yeah, never know. And from now until then, because funny enough, I'm talking to one of my friends,
Okay.
off stream and stuff. They were saying it's too bad that they don't play Final Fantasy 14. It's kind of a cliche thing to say, because from now until then, if people are still curious of trying Final Fantasy 14 and don't have a active subscription,
Here we
through
go.
a free trial.
Yeah, there's the free
Have you
trial.
heard- Yeah. Oh, do you want me to say the full thing?
Dude,
the critically
say
acclaimed-
the whole thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I gotta say the whole thing now.
You gotta say the
Damn.
whole thing. You opened the door. You have to say the whole thing.
Well, they kind of knocked, but it's basically, you must have heard about the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14, where with free trial right now, you can go through the game with a level cap of, I want to say, up to 70 now?
Yeah, it's up to 70 now. You
I
can
know,
do it. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Get
It's
it.
a level cap up to level 70, and not only do you get a Realm Reborn, which is the base game for free, but also as well, you get yourself the first 2 expansions of Final Fantasy XIV's Heavensward and Stormblood for absolutely free. And
With no restrictions on playtime. You gotta say
with
that.
no restrictions to playtime.
There
And,
you go.
oh,
I put you on the spot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
no,
totally
you're
put you
fine,
on the
but
spot.
honestly, that's the one thing. And that's another thing we can dabble in, because even from now for 6 months down the line, there's still going to be new players who may be curious about playing this game, in which will need some guidance and stuff. And again, it's a mentoring system where we can help guide these new players in, get them through, and if they want to continue playing, then they can buy the full expansion when it comes out. And God knows, you could be like some players who, after
Mainline
3
the
months,
hell out of the game.
and then 3 months down the line, get to where we all are now and waiting for 6.55 Part 2.
It's possible. It's entirely possible. We'll see. I mean, yeah, I don't know. The future is not yet certain, but we shall see.
Yes.
Anyway, I think we've kind of talked this topic into the ground. That is going to be it for today's stream. Thank you again, as always, to Welsh Fox for joining me. I truly appreciate you being here.
Again, I love doing these streams, especially with the OC Sunday, as officially I feel like I am now a staple in this. Without, me not being here for this stream is just...
Oh yeah,
it's
no,
not-
AOZ Sunday ain't the same without you, without question.
Exactly.
And speaking of streams,
Yes.
what a seg. We have lots more through the week. As usual, on Monday, January 8th, 8 p.m. Eastern, MJ is going to be playing some Warframe. Tuesday, January 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern, MJ is back with her usual Guild Wars Tuesday stream. And then on Wednesday, January 10th at 2 p.m. Eastern, it is time for another round of co-op Cat Quest 2 with myself and my best friend Brito at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then that same night at 8 p.m. Eastern, MJ and I are together for another episode of Backseat Streaming. We're going to be watching some footage from Ready or Not once again. So we hope you'll tune in for all of that. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And like always, thank you to everyone for all of the support you provide to Massively Overpowered. Whether you're watching your streams live or on demand, reading what we have to write on the website, or if you're doing generous things like donating bits to the channel, subscribing to the channel, whitelisting the ads on the site, or if you're one of our amazing Patreon supporters. No matter what you do, top to bottom, you're the fuel that keeps Massively OP going. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye!
Do you want to say anything, Ryu? Yep.
Oh, that's a good wisdom. Thank you, Ryunosuke. I appreciate that.